and welcome to Healthy Living. If my contact information is healthyliving.company. You can go to my website. There you can see a few of the previous shows. You can also go in the upper left corner, click on the bars to get straight to my Arbonne products. And I'll tell you about these products in more details in a few minutes. Now, also, there's Keita's Egg Toast and there's Keita's Gumbo. So you have to send me a message either on Facebook or you call here and contact us at the Next Level Studios, 310-549-1112, 310-549-1113, 310-549-1113. Now also, when you contact me, I would like to make your gumbo, and it comes with hot water, cornbread, and rice fresh. So that's why I need you to send me the message. The producer of the show is called T Jams, TJAMZ. You can reach him at tjamsmusic.com. There he does web design, he does music production. You can look at the song, you can hear the songs, make words, send him a message also as well. And you can send him a message there, or you can also contact him at Next Level Studios at 310-549-1113, 310-549-1113. Now let's get back to the Arbonne products I was telling you about. They are vegan friendly. There's no animals. There's no soy in there. And remember, soy used to be the thing to do, but now it's not because it mimics estrogen. So no soy products. So we have a 30 and beyond plan with Arbonne. Arbonne is pure beneficial products. So we have a 30-day bond. You will get chocolate and vanilla shakes in this pack. You will also get fiber. Protein shakes with the right proper milk is 170 calories. So you want to make sure you get the right milk. You want to get almond milk, goat milk, lactose-free milk, coconut milk. All of these are good, healthy milks for you and your children to drink. Make sure you use those with your protein shakes. You can also add fiber in your shake on the go. We should take fiber at least twice a day because we want to make sure that you're not constipated. If you're having like your stools are like splashing in the toilet, that means they're like little rocks or balls. You're constipated, so you can't have that. Back in the day, they used to say, oh, all you need to do is go once every 3 days. Well, that's old. You need to go 1 to 3 times a day. So that's no longer good. So if you're not doing that, then you need to add some fiber to your diet. Also, we have what we call Fizz Sticks. And Fizz Sticks is made with B vitamins. You know, it's just like how some people like to get coffee, to pull them up in the morning, and then later on, it drops you and you get a headache. Well, this won't do that because, you know, these are B vitamins in these Fizz Sticks. And what I usually do is just top off a bottle of water. And you pour it right into your bottled water. And as you see, it actually does fizz. That's why we call it Fizz Sticks. It comes in pomegranate or citrus flavors, and you'll get one of each in your pack. You just shake it up and you drink it. Oh, that is much simple. So what happens is it'll bring you up and sustain you throughout the day. So it doesn't give you this real high rush like coffee and chocolate and drop you down with a headache. It pulls you up and it sustains you because it's B vitamins. So that's part of your pack as well. Now, we also have something called Fizz Chews. Now, Fizz Chews, it also helps to, anytime you have fiber, it helps to curb some of your appetite. So the Fizz Chews come in caramel, chocolate, and lemon. So this is another way that you can also help your children maintain a healthy diet. You can give them one of these. Now, you want to make sure you don't set them out in a bowl because they'll keep eating them because they are actually very good, and then they'll get diarrhea. So you want to make sure you monitor your children. Anytime you give your children something, you have to make sure you monitor it. Now, also we have what we call Digestive Plus. And Digestive Plus, you have to have good prebiotics to make good probiotics. Now, all this fat around your abdomen is just unhealthy. So you got to get rid of the fat that's under your abdomen. And a lot can hide there in the front and on the sides. And it's just really bad for us. So we have to make sure we get rid of that and make sure we have good probiotic supplements. So that's also included in there, as well as we have a herbal tea, which is a detox tea, to help detox, our liver and our other organ, which is our kidneys. Those are our filters for our body. So you want to make sure those are healthy as well. So this helps to detox that out of those organs. So it's actually been proven that when you drink warm drinks during your meal, it actually eases the digestion. So it's actually a good idea. So go ahead and get you some tea and have some warm tea while you're eating your meals. Fantastic. We also have a 7-day detox, 7-day cleanse that, that helps jumpstart you and get your body clean and get some of those toxins out. Now, you can also pick however you want to do your packs. You don't have to do it this way. They allow you to pick and substitute different things in there. Also, when you're like out on the go in the mornings, we do have the individual packs you can also get that comes in chocolate and vanilla. You can put them in your shake cup we have with a metal ball in there, and you can put it in there, mix it, put a little fiber, and you can be on the go. Now, another thing I suggest with the shakes is to have different berries, healthy berries like the blueberries, the blackberries, and the raspberries. So in order to make this on the go, you can blend them and put them in ice cubes, and you can drop them in your shake as you're going out the door. And man, does that make for a wonderful shake. You can use different types of fruit and vegetables to change it up. You can add bananas, whatever you want, kale, avocado, whatever you want to change that up a little bit. And like I say, you can freeze the ice cubes and you can drop them in your shake on the way out with the healthy milk. Not 100% cow's milk. That is too many saturated fats. So if your kids are on that, please transition them off. Get 2%, 1%, and then you can get them the lactose free. But almond milk, coconut milk, there's cashew milk, there's rice milk, there's goat milk. Those are the healthy milks that you can use with your protein shakes and for you guys to consume every month, including your children. The other thing that's very important is to make sure you have enough water a day. So we have these 32-ounce cups that you need at least 64 ounces of fluid a day to make sure that our body continues to function as it needs. And we need the water to help our digestive tract. So that helps to lubricate and make it ease on the way that when it comes out, when it's time to evacuate the stool. So water is very important. Now also, we don't leave the athletes out. We have a pre-endure, that you take before you work out, then after you work out. And it's also, we have hydration as well. They come in individual packages as well. So you can just put a few in your gym bag and, you can take them on the go. So everything is pretty convenient. I love how they make individual little envelopes to go. All right, so now also, I always talk about, you don't get enough greens. So we have the greens as well. You can throw these also in your protein shake. So then you can have everything you want in that one replacement meal. And remember, the protein shakes, that's 170 calories. So if you want to replace 1 meal or 2 meals, that is great, because the most important thing is to decrease your calorie intake and then do exercise to go with it. And I'll show you some easy motion exercises at the end of the show. So stay tuned in. We also have all types of supplement, joint support. We have menopausal support. We have a lot of supplements. Just whatever you think that you can imagine that you would need, we have that. We have the kids' chewable vitamins, and we have the adults, women, and men pack for your supplements as well. We have it for everybody. Isn't that wonderful? So now also, we have what they call Endure. Endure is another type of fiber. It also has a bottle with thiamine in there. This is the Thermal Boost. So if you want to increase your metabolism, then thiamine will increase your metabolism. So you might want to get this set if that's what you need to increase your metabolism. Now also, we have several skincare lines. We have the shea butter, the lotion, and the shower gel. This is my favorite. I use it every single day. So we have several different lines that you can go on and see that we have. We also have the RE9 line, which is for when you get a little older, you know, for the puffiness and the wrinkles in your skin. This helps protect it and decrease that for you, so you can still stay looking good. Also, we have the FC5 line, which is 5 fruit cells, strawberries, mangoes. You know, this is for it has everything you can need, including facials. So I just want you to know all the lines include facials as well for your care of your face. Now, also, we have the protein bars. The protein bars are 170 calories, and it comes in chocolate and sea salt or cranberry and pumpkin seed. These are 170 calories, so this is a good thing you can give to your kids when they come home. You can give them a protein bar, and it's only 170 calories, and it'll sustain them because it has some fiber in there so they don't get hungry. So it's important that you don't give your kids a full meal when they first come home from school, and then 2-3 hours later give them another full meal after you cook. It's just way too much food. Now, what I like to see is that we also have a sensitive line for Arbonne products for our customers, for those who have sensitive skin. Now, if you know you have sensitive skin, especially if you're Asian or Hispanic, some of you guys do have sensitive skin, so you might want to get the sensitive line. We have a teen line, for acne. We also have a line for bleaching. We have a baby line for your babies. We have everything imaginable you can think of. We also have a huge makeup line, from CC cream to we have powder and liquid foundation. We have everything. Mascara, we have blush, we have shadow, we have lipstick and lip gloss, and we have eyeliner, so makeup eye remover. We have everything you can imagine to help take care of you every day. We have shampoo lines, and each one of those lines are included shampoo, different things you need for your everyday. So you want to make sure that you use your Arbonne products because, we don't use crude oil. In crude oil, you're like, what? Yeah, crude oil is for your car, right? So, but in your products, if you read the ingredients, you'll see it has petroleum biparts, it has petroleum, it has mineral oil, and it has Vaseline. That comes from crude oil. So when you put that on your skin, it's like it's covering your pores like liquid saran wrap. Who wants that on their skin? Well, that's what you're getting when you read your product line. So read the ingredients, look on the back, and they usually give it to you in large containers because it's full of all of that crude oil extra stuff and all these other ingredients that you don't need, that's not natural ingredients that you need to put into your body. It just causes more toxin for you and your family. So you don't want to do that. So go online at healthyliving.company, click on the upper bar, and shop at Arbonne. You'll see there's a multitude of different product lines. Now, what's better for your children is to give them like bowls, give them some fruit. If your child is already overweight, actually we have an epidemic with obesity, not just overweight, but obesity, meaning you're like very large. You're greater than 99% of the BMI, which is the body measure index that they use from CDC or the World Organization. So anyway, you want them to eat their fruit instead of drinking their fruit. So stop buying all those fruit juices. Have them eat their fruits. There's plums, apples. If you're going to get apples, it's better to get the green apples. It has more fiber than the red apples. So you might want to get those. Also, there's orange. You can give them vegetables, great vegetables like cucumbers. Carrots is a perfect vegetable. They also have the cute little carrots you can get like for snacking when they first get home. Give them some carrots. It also has fiber in it as well. And they can dip it in the little ranch dressing. And it's a good snack until they eat their full meal. Also, the berries are good. So what I usually do is I buy the berries and I rinse them and I freeze them. Because if you just leave them out, by the time you get ready to eat them, they're no good. So I'm all about saving money as well and teaching you how to save money. So just rinse your berries off and put them in freezer bags, and they're ready to go whenever you're ready to go. There's also cantaloupe and watermelon. If you're having problems with fluid retention, cucumbers, watermelons, and honeydew melons are natural melons and vegetables to assist you with getting rid of some of that fluid out of your body. But if you're noticing constant swelling that's in your lower leg and your ankles and feet, then you need to talk to your provider. to see what else that your provider can do to assist you with eliminating that fluid. If you do have fluid problems, you want to decrease all your salt, because your salt is what's going to keep drawing that fluid back into your skin and not into your cells, because when it goes into your cells, then it can go to the bladder and you can pee it out. If it goes into your tissues, then that's where you get the swelling. So talk to your doctor about that. You don't want that to happen. Now, I also want to warn you guys about white tortillas and rice. You know, you want to do brown rice and you want to do brown tortillas. Everything is brown. You want to do wheat. So get away from the white and do brown. Because what happens when you do the white, it refines and it kills everything. It takes out all the fiber and it takes out all the nutrients. So you don't want white anymore. No white flour, no white tortillas. You want the wheat, you want the brown. It's more healthier for you. Now, if you're cooking pinto beans, like I like to cook mine with my chili. So what happens is, I like to cook in a crock pot. But if you're going to cook the beans, make sure you pot boil it for at least 10 minutes, because it has lectin in it. Lectin tends to irritate the stomach lining, and those toxins can get outside of your lining and get into your system, and that becomes toxic and it's not healthy for you. So it destroys your normal bacteria, your flora as they call it, which is your pre and your probiotics, right? So you want to make sure you pot broil it for at least 10 minutes, and then you can put it in the crock pot. Now, and that's another reason why I don't eat strawberries anymore, because strawberries have a lot of lectin in it. So, and it's difficult. You can't get that out of the strawberry. I mean, it's embedded, it's holy, it's porous, because it's a strawberry, right? And you have to be careful of corn as well, like corn on the cob, because it gets all in there. So you have to really be careful of what you pick. Make sure you wash your vegetables really well. But strawberries are very difficult to get that out of them, as well as the corn. So you just want to limit how much of that you eat if you're just a corn lover or a strawberry lover. So I just stopped drinking. I stopped eating the strawberries. Every now and then I do eat the corn. But you have to make sure that you be careful with the strawberries, because you can't get rid of that. With the corn, you can kind of steam it, and over time in the steamer, it can kill the lectin. So that's just another way you can deal with your corn issues. Now, also, I don't want to forget the men. Men have a line as well. They have what we call the pre-balm, which it preps the skin to help keep the hairs from going back into the skin, which causes the bumps. Then you have the shaving gel, and then you have the after balm, which helps to decrease the redness in your skin. So if you have all these three products, you can maintain a healthy skin. Now, the RE9 is also there for the men who are a little older. They also have cologne and soap. There's something for everybody in your family. Now, just remember, don't get fooled by the Arbonne product, the small containers, because they're pure. They don't have all that additive crude oil in there. So all you need is a little bit. So it lasts you a long time. So don't let the size fool you, because it is pure. So don't let that distract you. Now, let's talk about serving sizes. Now, for your children that are already overweight and obese, you want to make sure you sit with them while they're eating, because if they eat too fast, they're eating like 3 to 4 times what they really need, and that's not healthy. That's why we have a lot of the kids that are overweight. Now, you want to make sure you sit with them during their meal. Sit together, start together, so you can manage them and tell them to slow down. If you eat too fast, you need to slow down too. So they model after you, so you need to change your habits. Now, the proper plate serving sizes, half of the plate should be vegetables. So what I would suggest is you give your kids a glass of water first. Give them the vegetables first, so that they will eat the vegetables and they'll get used to eating the vegetables. Also, on the lean protein, it should be 1/4 of the plate. Fish, chicken, turkey, you know, all of that stuff should be 1/4. Vegetables, half. Now, the complex carbohydrate should be 1/16. Look how small it is. It's really small. It's just a small corner on your plate. But what happens? We all pile it up with a bunch of rice and noodles and pasta, and that's not how much we're supposed to have. It should only be 1/16. And then you have your 1/12 for healthy fats, you know, like your guacamole, your almond and cashew butter, that's 1/12. Now, I want to tell you something about bowls. I know a lot of parents say, oh, let's just grab this and go. This is perfect. You get everything in a meal. But if you think about it, most of the bowl is full of rice. 3/4 of the bowl is full of rice. Now, you're only supposed to have 1/4 of the meat. And the carbohydrates is 1/16. So you already know you're giving your kids way too much carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates. So you have to be careful. Now, some places do offer a brown rice version, but you have to ask for it. So ask them if they have the brown rice and have them only put like 1/16 of rice. You can do that choice. You can ask for it, but you have to ask for it. Now, here's the bowl. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So this is the plate that you're supposed to have. Look, it's so much on it, I can barely keep it on the plate. So, oh, look at that. Okay, so this shows you that when you give your child this bowl, they're eating way more than they should have. That's 2 or 3, 4, I call them stories because it's levels off the plate. So that's way too much food for a child. It's way too much food for an adult, actually. So you want to make sure that you're getting small bowls for your kids, asking for brown rice, and make sure you ask for 1/16 of that as the complex carbohydrates. Now, also, I wanted to let you know, you want to increase your metabolism, so exercises help with that. So we'll talk about that in the show. Now we're going to get into the medical matter of the show, which is sleep deprivation. So sleep deprivation, I retrieved this from the CDC website. It's the Center for Disease Control, and also from the Department of Human Resources from LA County Public Health. So there is an epidemic sweeping the U.S., and other studies have shown that it is literally killing us, caused by sleep deprivation. I mean, you don't get enough sleep. That's basically what that means, okay? Now, are you getting enough sleep? It sounds like a simple question, right? But the truth is, most sleep deprivation people do not even know they have sleep deprivation, meaning you don't get enough sleep. So whether you gobble up a bunch of coffee or overbook for your schedule, chronic sleep loss is often easily ignored. However, it is costing us our health. It's impacting our health. So we really have to correct that and try to do better with the sleep. Now, you can do a self-testing. You can do self-test by asking yourself these questions. After waking up in the morning, could you fall back to sleep at 10 or 11 a.m.? Do you feel like you need to take a nap that fast? If yes, you might not be getting a sufficient amount of quality or quantity of sleep. Now, number 2, you can ask yourself, can you function optimally without caffeine after before noon? If no, you could be self-medicating yourself of chronic sleep. So I see a lot of my peers have to have coffee the first thing in the morning. I'm like, I don't drink coffee. I don't make myself drink coffee because I know it's not really that healthy. Now, after most of the time, you can see serious signs of sleep deprivation. So here's some signs. Chronic sleep loss is associated with several leading causes of death and disabilities. That are 1,500 deaths related to crashes per year in the United States, increased risk of heart attack and stroke, increased rates of anxiety and depression. You guys didn't think that was important, huh? Yeah, it is important. Okay, learning impairments, poor concentration, focusing, fighting to stay awake. You're just fighting to keep your eyes open. I know I've had that every now and then, and it is hard. So I do use my Arbonne Fizz Sticks to help me get through the day. Remember, that's B vitamin, and that's better for you than caffeine and chocolate. Now, it also causes lower test scores and job performance. You can't function well if you haven't slept well. So you want to make sure that you're getting consistent and quality of sleep. The purpose of good sleep, this is why we need to have good sleep. It restores our body. Restores our body. You know, our body is up working all day long on our different body functions. We're walking, doing different things. Sleep restores it. Makes you happier. Makes you happier. So it improves your mood. If you're happier, you have a better mood, right? So if you're not getting enough sleep, you're grumpy a lot. It makes you healthier, makes you better equipped to deal with stress and illness. Stress and illness, because you know your immune system will be compromised if you're not getting enough sleep. Too many people are getting less than 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. So these are the recommendations from research that you must get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Over 60 million people, they have trouble with sleep. So they have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep at night. I have that too sometimes. I wake up several times in the night. But I'm trying to see what I can do to increase my sleep patterns a little better. So this affects you no matter what age you are or your health status. So you could be healthy, but if you sleep deprived, you're going to impact your body and your brain. The effects of chronic sleep loss is more than just exhaustion and fatigue. Exhaustion cascades throughout the body, meaning it's causing problems all throughout your body. Now, Matthew Walker, he's a professor that's in neuroscience, and he teaches at UC Berkeley, and he's the author of Why We Sleep. He describes what happens when you routinely sleep less than 7 to 8 hours per night. Now, remember I was talking about it involves your immune system? Your immune system is compromised. You are at risk for cancer more than double if you're sleep deprived. So your cancer risk increased double. You become more prone to infectious diseases. Remember, this is your immune system. Your mental processes slow down. Poor sleep impairs your attention, alertness, concentration, your ability to be able to reason and use critical thinking, and problem-solving abilities. Your brain just won't function like it normally would if you're sleep deprived. Now, it also impacts your skin. Your skin will age quicker with chronic sleep loss. Can lead to dull skin, fine lines, dark rings under the eyes when you don't sleep enough. The cortisol levels shoot higher when you have less sleep, leading to breakdown of collagen, which is the proteins in your skin and different parts of your body, which is the protein that keeps your skin smooth. So if you're not getting enough sleep, then your collagen will start breaking down and you start getting like that wavy looking sign in your skin before you should be getting it, like when you get much older, right? You become prime for weight loss. You get more chances to increase in weight gain because you have too little sleep. It increases the concentration of hormones that make you feel hungrier when you should be suppressing the hormone that signals satisfaction. So that balance that we normally would have for satisfaction is now heightened because we don't have sleep, so we don't get the signal that we're satisfied. We feel more hungry. So then that's going to increase your appetite, which increases your weight, right? So all this is tying in together. Increased risk for dementia. Now this concerns me because my mom passed from Alzheimer's disease. So I try to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do to stay healthy. Early studies suggest that losing even one full night of sleep can increase beta amyloids, a brain protein associated with impaired brain function and Alzheimer's disease. So I have to make sure I get enough sleep because I'm already prone to the Alzheimer's. So sleep affects everything. And remember, your brain is your transmission. Your brain tells your body everything it needs to do. What causes sleep loss? Sleep deprivation. Okay, it means you're not getting enough sleep. Circumstances can cause it, like say you have a family death, or it could be a choice. So some things you can't help when things happen in life, but you try to stay on track and try to get as much sleep as you can. There are two kinds of acute sleep. Now, acute sleep loss. You may lose sleep because of an external factor, like pulling on an all-nighter electing for work and school, when you want to work overtime, so you just getting extra time and doing extra hours, getting jet lag, when you come from different countries or different states, that can cause that. Ongoing sleep loss. You become sleep deprived when you routinely sleep less than 7 to 8 hours a night. That's when you get sleep deprived. So you got to stop doing that consistently. If you sleep deprived, you may need to adopt healthy habits to get back on track. Now, there's an actual different diagnosis that's related to sleep deprived. Insomnia. It is often confused with sleep deprivation, but it's an actual medical condition, not a habit or choice. Symptoms include tossing and turning, awakening after falling asleep, or daytime tiredness or sleepiness. So if you're having this chronic problem, then you need to go talk to your doctor about that, because you probably have something really going on in your body. If you have these symptoms of insomnia, it could be related to different signs known as depression or anxiety. So you want to make sure you have these conversations with your doctor if you're chronically not able to sleep, or if you wake easy several times during the day as well. During the night when you're trying to sleep. Okay? Now, there's another problem called sleep apnea. Sleep apnea, this is a serious sleep disorder that occurs when you stop breathing while you're sleeping. You just stop breathing. That's sleep apnea. Sometimes hundreds of times at night. The brain and the rest of the body may not get enough oxygen. If you're not breathing, because when you breathe in, that's how you get your oxygen, right? So if you stop breathing, you're not getting enough oxygen. Increasing your risk of sudden cardiac death. So if you have this chronic problem like this, you could have sudden cardiac death. Death is permanent. That's very serious. So sleep deprivation is very important that you pay attention to this. Sleep apnea is when you stop breathing. Remember that at night. Sometimes including loud snoring, daytime sleeping, and fatigue. So if your partner, if you're married, is sleeping too loud, then you should recommend that they talk to their doctor. Another way they can find out is when they wake up, they have forgetfulness, they may have mood changes, they wake up with a sore or dry throat. These are some of the symptoms you can determine if you have sleep apnea. If you have these symptoms, you should talk to your doctor about a clinical sleep test. Now, this also happens with children who are obese or morbidly obese, meaning extremely, extremely overweight. They tend to have so much weight, it blocks off their windpipe when they lay down. So then sometimes they don't sleep, and their oxygen concentration, your normal oxygen concentration should be anywhere from 98 to 100. If you have sleep apnea, it can go as low as 30%. That's bad. So it's possible that you may not wake up. So if your children are overweight and extremely overweight, it's not cute. Your doctor, make sure they get in their physicals every year. And if the doctor tells you your child is obese, you need to change your diet and you need to get them to exercise. But in the meantime, you need to ask for a sleep study test to make sure your children are getting enough oxygen during the night. You can ask their teachers if they're falling asleep during class, if it's hard for them to focus or concentrate or follow direction. Ask the teacher about that. These are the questions you need to be asking their teacher. I know from experience, because this has happened to a lot of the children I see. A lot of them are morbidly obese. So you have to teach them. You have to call their primary doctors, what I usually do, and have them order a sleep apnea test. It's very important. I discovered this with a lot of the children after they got the test, so we don't want them to die while they sleep. Now, a good night's sleep consists of 5 phases. So phase 1 through 2, consider that light sleep. Your eyes are closed, but it's easy for you to awake. That's the first part of the sleep. Your heart rate slows and your body temperature drops. This is 50% of the total sleep time. 50%. Wow, that's pretty significant. Phase 3 to 4 is deep sleep. It's called deep sleep. This is when your body will start the healing process. Remember, this is when your body needs to rejuvenate. This is a very important part of sleep. Deep stage is the deepest and most restorative sleep, which is only 25% of the total sleep time. Wow, that should be more like 50, right? But that's not how the body works. Now, phase 5 is what they call REM sleep. This is rapid eye movement. Rapid eye movement. This sleep happens 90 minutes, like an hour and a half after you go to sleep. You can have intense dreams because your brain is more active. Remember, sleeps help you become more energized in the morning, which is 25% of your total sleep. So the rapid eye movement is 25% as well as the deep sleep. To feel like you fully rested, your brain must reach the deep sleep. And remember the stages consistently throughout the night. So you have to get to that REM sleep and stay there consistently throughout the night, not waking up back and forth. If that process is interrupted, you may become sleep deprived, even though if you sleep a full 7 to 8 hours. So if you're waking up in several times during the night, you're not really getting that restorative sleep that your body needs, even though you go back to sleep for 7 to 8 hours. It has to be uninterrupted sleep. 5 simple habits for good sleep. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on the weekends and after getting bad sleep. So try to get yourself in a pattern. Keeping it cool. Your bedroom temperature should be about 65 degrees for optimal sleep. This is what they recommend. You can wear socks if this is more comfortable. 65 degrees. An hour before bedtime. This is very important. An hour before bedtime, you need to dim the lights and get rid of all digital screens. Blackout curtains and sleep masks can also be used. Avoid caffeine after 1 p.m. and never drink alcohol before bedtime. Alcohol is one of the most powerful suppressants of deep sleep. Good sleep, poor sleep is harmful to the body. Good sleep is healing to the body. Good sleep increases cognitive functions like memory and decision making. It also helps you to recalibrate your emotions of the brain circuits so you take a next day, you can be confident and you can be paused. Strengthening your immune system increases your cytokines and a type of protein that targets inflammation and infection. It promotes cardiovascular health by lowering the blood pressure and reducing stress hormones. Balances your insulin and glucose levels. So that's why it's important to get good sleep and don't be sleep deprived. So we're going to take a break. And when I come back, I'm going to show you some exercises that you can do lying, sitting, or standing. Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes. show you how to do some exercises that can help you lose weight. So you can do them sitting, lying, and standing. So I'm going to give you something you can do lying. You can do it on the couch. You can do it on your bed. I call these the couch or bed sit-ups. So you can start with your back up against your bedboard or your pillow, or your armrest on your couch, and make sure you hold your abdomen with all your exercises. So you can come up and you can come down. So if you haven't ever did this or you haven't exercised in a while, start here, and then when you get a little bit more routine, you can slide down a little bit. But remember, always hold your abdomen when you're doing your exercises. When you're going your up and down, you can also add water bottles or weights to it. And then when you get really advanced and get used to it, you can go all the way down. You can hold your abdomen the same way, and you can do that. Now you can do this on the couch while you're watching TV, or you can do it while you're lying down. Now let's go over some more lying down exercises. Now, if you're not used to moving, you can use resistive bands to assist you with some of the moves. So you can put this on the heel of your foot, or right in the ball of your foot. And remember, you always want to hold your abdomen. So you can use this to help you pull your leg up if you're not used to exercising. But if you are, you can do it on your own. And you can rotate, right? You can do that. And you can also spread your legs apart, because this part right here, this inner thigh, that's where a lot of extra meat can hide. So you can open and you can close. You can do these exercises. Remember, always hold your abdomen. And then when you get more advanced, you can lift them and you can crisscross them. Or you can open and close them still. Now, another thing you can do, you can lift it, right? If you can't go all the way, then you go where you can start until you can go higher. And make sure you always do both sides, hold your abs in, and then you get to the point where you can do both. You can start low. You always can do 3 sets of 10. You can go higher to the point when you can go all the way, right? So another thing that's good is go slow, because then that means that you have to control that. And that helps to develop your core. So when you're coming up, go slowly. And then when you're going, especially when you're going down, you can go slower. But that's when you get a little bit more advanced when you're doing your exercise. If you're not used to exercising, you don't want to do that. Now, another thing you can do, you can put another elastic band, you can tie it off, and you can bring it just above your knees, right? Turn on your side. Now, with this particular exercise, if you're not used to exercising, then don't use the band. Do it without the band. But you want to make sure you roll your hip forward. So I usually like to put my arm here. That way I know I've rolled my hip enough. And then you can hold it for 30 seconds, hold your abdomen, or you can do 3 sets of 10, right? You can put your leg back, hold it, or you can go 3 sets of 10, right? Now, you can also go towards the back, for that thigh right there, right in the back. You can hold it, or you can go up and down 3 sets of 10. Remember, this whole time you gotta hold your abs in, right? And you gotta do both sides. Now, this is all while you're lying down. Now, another thing you can do, and it works. Start to sweat. You can do pelvic tilts where you can lift up and you can hold it for 30 seconds, or you can do 3 sets of 10, whichever one you feel comfortable with. Now, if you have back problems like me, this helps a lot. You go to the side. If you can't go all the way, go where you can go to eventually you can go all the way down. Oh my God, this also stretches this inner thigh out as well, but it's good for your back. And remember, you want to do both sides, right? Now, when you get a little advanced, you can try both knees. Do it slowly, right? then eventually you can get them all the way down. This is excellent for these love handles right here. To go and use these, it also stretches your back out. So at the end of your exercises, you can also do this and just hold it, and it'll stretch your back out. So your back don't get stressed and you don't have cramps later. So this is a good exercise for that. Now, there's also the scissors, right? You can also do leg lifts here. It's easier to do. Start from your knees, right? You can do lifts this way. You can do lifts, and then you can straighten out, and you can come back, and you can put it down. So you can lift, you can straighten out, and then you can come back and put it down. So you can do variations in it, but you're still moving, right? And the whole time, you're holding your abs in. So you can straighten out, pull it back, and go down again, right? Now, another one that's really good, turn over on your tummy. Now, ladies, this is for this back of this thigh, moon craters. I had that before. So this is what you can do. You can lay down and bring your heel up to your back. So if you can't go all the way, go where you can go until you can go all the way. And then you can rotate one leg until you get good, and then you can do both legs, right? So it depends on where you are, but you can start where you are, whether it's one, whether it's low, and then medium, then all the way. But eventually, you want to get to the two-leg one, right? So then that's good for that back fat, good for the back of the leg and the buttocks. This is what helped me a lot. So now, let's do some exercises while we're sitting. Okay, let's do this standing position. That's right, let's do that first. Okay, so while you're standing, you can either hold your bed on the side or a sturdy chair, but you also remember to holding your abs because you want to strengthen your core. So whatever exercise you do, hold your ab in, okay? So you can do the side lifts. Depends on where you are, how high you need to go, but do them on both sides. Hold your abs in while you're doing it, right? And you don't want the chair to be moving. You want to hold yourself in with your abs. So when you do your lifts, you want to hold yourself with your abs. So your chair shouldn't be doing all of this. You should be controlling it with your abs to develop your core. Now, another thing that's good to help strengthen your core is to be able to stand on one leg without holding on. Now, when you first start, you're going to have to hold on, because I did too. I couldn't do it. So, if you're beginning, you want to hold one up, but you want to try to get away from it for as long as you can. So if you mess up, don't get mad. Just keep trying. Hold your ab in, and you'll be able to hold yourself up, because it's your core that has to balance you and sustain you. So the more you do it, the better it is for your core and the stronger you get. So I want you to do this, and if I can say, if you drop your leg or lose your balance, you have something to grab onto, but get back to it, because then you want to just be able to hold yourself up. And then you want to also rotate on both legs. So remember, everything is for both sides. Now, another thing for standing, I call these standing sit-ups. Now, if you have back problems, you have to make sure you do it slowly whenever you bend over, because when I bend over, that's when I have problems. So if you have back problems, you want to do it slow. So the first thing you want to do, if you can't go all the way because your gut's in the way, keep going. You might only be able to go to your knee. And then after that, then you'll be able to go to your calf. And then after that, you'll go down to your ankles. And then after that, you go down to the top of your foot and then to the floor, right? And then this is also a good warm down. So just hold it here to stretch your back out as well. Now, also, you can incorporate either weights. and do the same thing. But remember, if you have back problems, go slowly. So you can go down with your weights. Now the other part of this is to go to the side. You don't want to twist. You want to just reach over there, right? So you want to go to the side, right? And then just include all of it. You do the middle, you do the side. And if you don't have the weights, then you can use water bottles or canned fruits or vegetables. It don't matter as long as you have something that has a little weight in your hand and that you can grip. So you can do the same routine. If you don't have the weights, you do the water bottles, or you can do the canned fruit or whatever vegetables. Okay, so there's always a way you can do that. Now, it's obviously working, right? So make sure you stay hydrated. Okay. Now, another thing you can do while you're standing, you can do your lifts, right? You can do your marches, and then you can go higher. If you can't go too tall, you can go little. Just get started. And you got your arms going with your weights, or your water bottles, or your vegetables. The important thing is to get going, right? Now, another thing I do in the mornings, while I brush my teeth, I do my toe lifts, meaning you lift up on your toes, and that activates your calf muscle. So depending on how fast you go, I do this while I'm brushing my teeth. So depending on how fast you go determines how many you can get in while you're brushing your teeth. Anywhere from, I think, like 80 to 100, depends on how fast you go. So this is good for your calf, your ankles, and your feet. So you can do these lifts. You can also add the weights if you're not brushing your teeth, or you can hold the weights. It adds extra weight, right? You can also curl while you're doing the toe lifts. So you're getting like another part of your body working out, right? So you can do that. Now, let's do some things sitting down. Remember I said lying, sitting, and standing. So now sitting, you can do your toe, I call them toe marches. So you can lift up on your toes. You can add your weights or your water bottle, and you can be doing those. Now, you can also do leg lifts, with your weights. And then you can do them together. Now, that's a little bit more difficult, but you can do it, right? Lift them up, hold your ab in. You can do it single, or you can do them together, right? So this one forces me to concentrate because I'm lifting. So you can do like little lifts, like so, or you can get higher, and you can do those. So you can do little lifts, and trust me, remember, it's 3 sets of 10 or it's 30. And trust me, you'll feel this. So all these exercises, you'll feel them, and they work. Okay, and remember, every time, hold your ab in, okay? Now, for this inner thigh again, you can also spread your knees apart, and then you can open and close them the same way. You can also have your water bottles, right, while you're exercising, if you don't have the weights, and you can just open and close. Like why, Power's coming on August 25th. So when you watch your favorite show, you can be exercising. Don't forget to drink your water. Now, another one you can do while you're sitting, you can do your leg lifts. You can lift them higher, right? You can have them here. You can go higher, and you can go down. You can lift, out, come up, and down. So you can lift, out, straighten out, and you can go back down. So you can do those two. And remember, you got to do both sides of your body. Now, you can also do the scissors, right? This is a real old-fashioned one, but you know what? It works. So you can do the scissors as well. You can do leg lifts with your hands and bring it up as far as you can. If you have to hold it, fine. You can do that. This is also a good warm down and in. When you're done, you can bring your leg up as high as you can get it and hold on to it. It helps to stretch your lower part of your back. So this is a good one to do for that too as well. Now, there's chair sit-ups too, right? So you can go this way. Remember, if you have back problems, go slowly. Go to the middle, then you go to the side, right? As far as you can go, right? You can do that, right? Okay, there was one I want to tell you about before I go further when we were standing, and it's the squats. So when you do the squats, you want to make sure that you have your feet apart because you want to make sure you get the pressure off your knees. So you want to make sure you act like you're sitting down in a chair, so you're going to stick your butt out. So when you do, you're going to put the butt first like you're sitting down, and that's your squat. Now I'm going to turn this way. Keep your feet apart. So then you'll see, you stick your butt out when you go down. So you hold your arms up, stick your butt out when you go down, and then you come up. Stick your butt out and come down, right? So those are the squats you can do. Now, what I discovered is my new little buddy I've had now for maybe a little more than a year, that you can have this when you're watching your favorite show. You know, Queen Sugar is really getting something. Whew. And what it has here is it has a little speedometer on it, so I can tell you how far you go. And it also has a tension here, so you can tighten it or loosen it depending on where you are to make the workout a little harder. So you can be pedaling while you're watching your favorite show. Greenleaf is coming back too. I think it's the end of August. But Queen of the South is on, or you like the superheroes, whatever it may be, you can do that. Now, you can also add your weights with it, right? Or your water bottles, or your canned fruit, whatever you have, you can add it with it. And you can just be pedaling. So the most important thing is to get the exercise in, right? Now, if you want to work out the back part of your arms, you know the arms where the part is flabby and it hangs, then you raise your arm up a little bit. Now, I can't get them too high because of my shoulder restriction, but you can get them up, and then you can still work those back of the arms. So it's most important that you get busy and just exercise, right? Now, what I want to remind you about is how important sleep deprivation is to our health and to our life, right? So if you are having problems, you need to go to your doctor. If your spouse is having loud snoring, if he's waking you up, then you know they're snoring, right? They could have dry mouth or dry throat. If your children, you need to assess whether or not they're falling asleep at school or waking up several times during the night, or especially if they're obese or morbidly obese, because when they lay down, it blocks their airway and they stop breathing. So you want to make sure that you get them assessed if they're like sleepy all the time. Have them, remember, screen time goes off an hour before time, so you got to get them off the video games, got to get them out of that TV. Hey, you need to go to sleep. Turn off the lights, go to sleep. Because if you don't do that, then they're not going to go to sleep. Same thing for yourself. Don't drink alcohol because it causes problems with sleep deprivation. People think, oh, I drink alcohol, I sleep good, but that's not true. It's totally the opposite. So you don't want to drink alcohol or caffeine before you go to sleep. At least an hour before. It's way too much, especially caffeine. Even at dinner time, sometimes you still have problems sleeping. So you definitely want to cut back on the evening coffee. Sodas have caffeine. For children, they shouldn't be drinking sodas anyway because it's too much sugar. So when McDonald's says dollar any size and they give you this large that's like this large, no kid should have a large soda like that. That's enough for 4 or 5 members in the family. That's way too much sugar. You have to also be mindful of what you eat. You know, like bread also converts down to sugar. So just because it's not candy or juice, it doesn't mean it doesn't have sugar, because they break down, including complex carbohydrates. So you have to watch the portions. Remember, 50% of the plate is vegetables. So complex carbohydrates is only 1/16 of your plate. So you have to be careful. You know, make sure you sit with your kids, teach them to eat slowly, give them a glass of water first before they eat, and sit with them. Give them their vegetables first to get them used to eating vegetables. And it's easier nowadays to order because they have Amazon groceries online, Walmart has a delivery, Costco, Instacart. I mean, there's a lot of deliveries where you can get healthy fruits and vegetables. You can order healthy milk. Remember, it's the rice milk, almond milk, cashew milk, coconut milk, goat milk, lactose free if you want to transition them from whole milk to 2% and 1%. So you have to get them off cow's milk because there's too many saturated fats. Our children are obese, even under 5. That's an epidemic. So this means parents, you got to change your eating habits. You got to sit with your children. You have to spend that time and talk to them. And it's a good time to figure out what's going on with them at school. So that's a perfect time to engage your children. Now, as far as sleep deprivation, you really got to, the best thing to do is to not be in denial. I find that people tend to be in denial about things that impact their health, which I don't understand that because they don't want to do something about it, but you need to do something about it because you can have a sudden heart attack and you can die, or a stroke. So you need to make sure you're not being sleep deprived. Try to get on a regular schedule, going to sleep the same time every night, including your weekends. If you get off track for some unforeseeable reason, like a forced overtime or jet lag, get back on track. Because remember, even one night of sleep can add to the increased protein to the brain that can cause you to have Alzheimer's and dementia. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, and you want to make sure that you're not waking up several times during the night, because you're not in that good, positive, deep sleep where your body needs to replenish itself. That's when your body gets replenished, when you're having that deep sleep. So you have to make sure that that's uninterrupted and you get constant. So if you're having problems with insomnia, sleep apnea, different things like that, you need to consult your doctor and be honest about it. Be honest, so then you're taken care of. It's the same thing with eating healthy and exercising. People say, oh, I'm too busy. Everybody has a few minutes to exercise, whether it's in front of the TV or not. I gave you ways to exercise while you're lying on the couch or bed, sitting and standing. So everyone can get it fit in if you want to do it. And you have to do it every single day. You have to commit to it. Just like you commit to finding a reason why you don't want to start being healthy, you can now find a reason why you should be healthy. Because you want to be healthy so you can be around and help your children. And then you want to change your habits so then your children have healthy habits. So remember, you got to watch them for constipation as well. You can go to my website at healthyliving.company and you can click in the upper left bars, go straight to my Arbonne site, and you can get 30 Day and Beyond. Or you can mix the kit that we have, or you can pick which items you prefer to have. Or if you want to try the shakes, you can order those individually. You also want to make sure you watch your children's bowels, make sure they're not little rocks or balls. You want to make sure that, you're looking at them because you have to find out. So you need to ask them if it hurt when it came out. So another way you can do that, if they had any bleeding and they were wiping their bottom, teach them to slow down and finish their complete emptying. So sometimes people rush. Give yourself time after you eat to have a complete bowel movement. You have to go 1 to 3 times per day. So if you're not doing that, you need to get you some fiber. You need to go every single day. You have to make sure that you have good prebiotics and make good probiotics. So you want to get this fat off of your stomach because it increases cortisol level. So the cortisol level impacts the gut, so you don't want that to happen. So remember, tell your friends and family about the sleep deprivation. It's very important. If you want to contact me again, you can go to healthyliving.company, and there you can see some of my previous shows or watch several of them on Facebook. You can also send me a message if you choose to have Keita's egg toast or Keita's gumbo. You'll have to send me a message so I can make it fresh for you. Also, the producer of the show is T-Gems, and you can reach him at tgemsmusic.co. And then you can send him messages. You can send us both. You can call us messages here at the Next Level Studio at 310-549-1113, 310-549-1113. So you can send us messages either on the internet, healthyliving.company, or tgemmusic.com, or you can call us here at the studio. So please assess each other to determine if everybody's getting the proper sleep. Ask yourself those questions. Are you falling asleep at 10 or 11? Are you waking up several times during the day? Is your partner snoring loudly? Are they waking up with a dry mouth or throat? Are your children sleepy at school? Ask your teachers. Sleep deprivation is very important that we correct that. If you have a true medical diagnosis of insomnia, talk to your doctor about it, because we need to replenish our bodies. So I will see you again in maybe a couple of weeks. Sorry about the technical difficulties last week, but sometimes things are out of your control. So I'll see you in a couple of weeks. If there's a topic you want me to talk about, send me a message at healthyliving.com or Facebook. You can call here at the Next Level Entertainment Studios, 310-549-1113, 310-549-1113. And T-Gems is at T-Gems, T-J-A-M-Z, music.com. And there there's music, you can send him lyrics, send it back to him, you can write it, and he will check it out. You can send him a message, and you can also contact him at the Next Level Studios at 310-549-1113. And I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Okay, bye-bye. See you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Stay healthy. Get that sleep in. Good sleep, 7 to 8 hours. That's what you should be getting.